Welcome to Scone Baking Beyond. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I enjoy making scones, muffins, cookies, and all sorts of delicious baked goodies. Today, I am so excited to share with you a family recipe from my friend Deanne. These are Aunt Marj's Rhubarb Dream Bars. These Rhubarb Dream Bars are dreamy delicious with a wonderful shortbread crust and a yummy rhubarb topping. And they are so easy to make. So, let's bake. So the first thing we want to do is grate the butter. We have 1 cup of cold butter, and I'm going to grate it here. So last summer, my husband Rick and I, while on our national park motorcycle trip, we visited my friend Deanne. And Deanne served us the most delicious Rhubarb Dream Bar. It's her Aunt Marj's Rhubarb Dream Bar. And oh my goodness, it was so good. So I asked her, can I share this recipe with my YouTube friends? And of course she said yes. So now that rhubarb is back in season, I am sharing with you Deanne's family recipe, her Aunt Marj's Rhubarb Dream Bars. Oh, they're going to be so good. So I'm going to get this butter all grated up. Alrighty. All right, that's all grated up. And I'm starting to bring this butter up to room temperature, so I'm going to put this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. So I have in my mixing bowl 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to add 1/3 cup of powdered sugar and 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I'm just going to whisk this together. I have here my 1 cup of grated butter, and the reason why I grate the butter and I put it up in the freezer for about 15 minutes, I'm going to put about half of this butter in my flour mixture. And the reason why is sometimes you just have to get your hands in to do the work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blend up this butter with the flour mixture using my fingers. And I want this mixture to look like fine breadcrumbs when I get done. And I found that if I grate up the butter and do this, it seems to blend up much easier than if I cube up the butter. I tried cubing up the butter, and I always seem to have some big chunks left. But if I grated the butter and I use my fingers like this, I seem to get a better breadcrumb texture. So we're going to do that with half of it. Get that all nice and mixed up. Now Deanne and I are ski buddies, and that's where we know each other. We used to teach at the same ski school for many years, and then she moved away. I'm very sad about that she moved away. But now she teaches over at Tamarack outside of McCall, Idaho. And so if you're ever in the Tamarack area and you're looking for a great ski lesson, go to Tamarack and ask for Deanne Miller, and she'll give you a great lesson because she is a great ski instructor and also my ski buddy. I really enjoy skiing with her, and I do miss teaching with her, but she's gone on to other things, and she'll do really well. So if you're ever looking for a really good ski lesson in the Tamarack area, give her a call, and or ask for her, I should say, and she'll give you a really good lesson. So I almost have all this butter crumbled up, and again, what I'm looking for are kind of breadcrumbs or panko breadcrumbs. I don't want any large chunks, because when I put this in the baking dish over here, the large chunks will just kind of stick to my fingers, and then I'll get kind of holes in my crust, and we don't want any of those holes. So I just want to make sure that all this gets mixed up really well. So there we have our butter all mixed in with our flour, powdered sugar mixture, and yeah, it's looking like breadcrumbs. And if I get any large bits like that of butter, I just want to make sure I get it mixed in a little bit better. So that looks good. So there we are. So I have here a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and I'm going to plop this in. There we go. Everyone in. And I'm going to just evenly distribute the mixture around the baking dish and try and get as even as possible. And then I'm going to press it all down. You want to get it all nicely pressed down. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees and we're going to bake this for 15 minutes. Okay, while our crust is baking, it's time to get that yummy rhubarb topping together. So I have here 4 eggs. Put them in my mixing bowl. There we go. We're going to turn this on medium speed for only about 15 seconds until they start getting pale in color. Okay, they're starting to get pale in color, so I have here, I'm going to add in 3 cups of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup of flour, a 1/8 teaspoon of salt. We're going to put this on low speed to get it started, and once it gets started and all that flour is mixed in, and then we're going to turn on medium speed for about 30 seconds just to get this blended up together. There we go. That looks nice. Blended. Okay, it's nicely blended. Take this off. Take this off so I can show you. It's nice and pale, nicely blended. And to this, I want to add 1 pound of rhubarb. And that's about 4 cups. And I'm going to slice up this piece. So again, this is 1 pound of rhubarb, or about 4 cups. And we're going to take that and just mix that in with the egg mixture here. And just get that nicely blended together. So all that rhubarb is covered up with the egg mixture. There we go. And we're just going to set this aside until our crust is finished baking. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Our crust is finally finished baking. And we have our rhubarb topping here. Oh, it is so good. Not only is that shortbread crust good, but this rhubarb topping, oh my goodness. This is so good. So we're going to get this poured on and just try to evenly distribute the rhubarb around. Oh, this is going to be so good. I know I keep on saying that, but I know now why they call it Rhubarb Dream Bars, because this is so dreamy good. There we go. So I'm going to put this back in my oven at 350 degrees and we're going to cook it for about 45 to 60 minutes. You just want a nice golden brown top on top. Okay, it's been 45 minutes and it's nice and golden brown. And this is the hardest part about making the Rhubarb Dream Bars, is waiting for them to cool down. We have to wait a couple hours for them to cool down so then we can cut into it. So now it's time to wait. Okay, it's been a couple hours and I'm just dishing this up. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, this is going to be delicious. Let me get out a fork. I'm going to eat this with a fork. Oh, this is going to be so good. You can see down there, you can see the shortbread crust down there and all the rhubarb on here. Oh, this is going to be so good. Take a little bite here. I know I've said it before, but I keep on saying it. This is so dreamy good. I want to tell Deanne, thank you so much for letting me share this recipe with all of you. Aunt Marge's Rhubarb Dream Bars are just, yep, dreamy good. And they're so easy to make. So again, thank you, Deanne, for letting me share this recipe. If you like this recipe, you can go to my website for the complete recipe at sconebaking.com. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe for future videos. I hope this inspires you to bake. Thank you for watching.